Do you know what the number one best ever Christmas devotion is? And by best, I mean the one that Our Lady definitely likes most of all. Now, you might think that it's too subjective of a question because different people have different devotions, but it actually isn't. There's one that's best of all, that is better than any other devotion. The number one best Christmas devotion ever, the one that Our Lady wants us to embrace, is the devotion that our Lord himself showed her and had for her, to become, like him, a son of Mary, to consecrate ourselves to her this Christmas, or to renew our consecration to her in a special way. My name is Father Matthias, and this is Marian Maximalism. Now, I actually didn't think of this on my own. I got this idea from an amazing booklet by Father Newbert, My Ideal, Jesus, the Son of Mary. It's definitely too late to get it as a Christmas gift this year. You can get it as a post-Christmas gift, or maybe you can get it as a Christmas gift for somebody next year. Or you can just get the booklet if you want. My Ideal, amazing. Now, in this booklet, Father Newbert writes as if it were Jesus himself speaking to the reader. He says, "Do you know the most perfect kind of devotion to Mary? You can search in books. You can consult theologians. You can ask the greatest servants of Mary that have ever lived, and you will find nowhere a devotion more perfect than the one which I am going to teach you, and which consists in sharing in my own filial love for my mother." And Jesus says to all souls, "Remember, my brother, to understand my filial love for my mother, you must understand, first of all, that I am the Son of Mary because I deliberately chose that condition." What an amazing Christmas meditation. Jesus, Son of God, deliberately and on purpose becomes also the Son of Mary. Totally on purpose and out of pure love. Father Newbert continues, the Christian who aims at perfection, the Christian who wants to be a saint, the Christian who wants to imitate Jesus perfectly aims to imitate him as completely as possible. And among all the traits of the divine model, one of the most beautiful to imitate is his filial piety to Mary, our mother, and his. Does not perfection for my disciples consist in being like their master? Well, yeah, it does. That's what being a saint means, imitating Jesus perfectly. Have I not given my disciples the example that as I have done, they also should do? And did not my apostle Paul repeat again and again that everything for them consists in imitating Christ, in clothing themselves with Christ, in taking on the dispositions of Christ, in living no longer their own life but the life of Christ? Yes, that is all true. So Jesus says, tell me, can you imagine any more perfect disposition towards my mother than the one I had for her? Can you imagine any greater love for Mary than Jesus had? And how can our imitation of Jesus be complete if we omit to imitate his love for Mary? Think in detail of the amazing devotion our Lord had for Mary. He chose from all eternity to become a son in her womb. He wanted her to give him everything that he needed as a human being. I said human being, not human person, because by the way, remember this Christmas, Jesus is a divine person. He has a human nature and a divine nature, but he's a divine person. That's what makes Mary the mother of God. That was just a by the way. He wanted her to be the one to unite him, the head, to his members, the church. That's why we call her the mother of the church. He wanted to sanctify others through her mediation. For example, through her physical voice, like when she visited St. Elizabeth and sanctified her, and St. John the Baptist in her womb. He wanted the first human beings to ever see the God-man, and these were the shepherds on the night that he was born. He wanted them to see the God-man in the arms of Mary, his mother. He wanted the church to know what happened at the incarnation and what happened at his birth and how it all happened through the memories and the experience of Mary. And in fact, the infancy gospel is pure memories of Mary. And after his birth, he lived a quiet life of union with her, his mother, in the house of Nazareth. He preferred living quietly at her side to teaching and working miracles. He obeyed her and let himself be formed and taught by her. And then, When the time came to leave her side and to begin his public ministry, he wanted her to be the one to intercede so as to anticipate his hour, to work that first miracle at the wedding feast in Cana. I think you get the point right now. The devotion of Jesus for Mary, incredible. And it's this devotion that we have to imitate, that we have to embrace. If you think you love Our Lady enough, or maybe even too much, think again. You definitely don't love her as much as our Lord loved her. So this Christmas, ask yourself this question. Am I imitating Jesus as completely as possible? Am I embracing every dimension of his life? Am I imitating his love for his mother, whom he gave to me also as my mother? And if the answer is, well, maybe not, or maybe not enough, start this Christmas. Embrace this #1 best ever Christmas devotion. Now, to say that Christmas without Mary would be incomplete would be a total understatement, because wherever you find a baby, there has to be a mother nearby. And it's true also for our Lord, the Christmas baby. His mother is always nearby, at his side. A mother whom he loves and whom he wants us to love as well. This is the best devotion to Our Lady. It's the one that our Lord and Our Lady like best. So maybe you can give them this gift this Christmas. Consecrate yourself to Mary, or renew your consecration in a special way. Give our Lord and Our Lady this awesome gift. And Merry Christmas to all of you.